Well, cheers and how do you do, Buckaroos? How the heck are you? So I just found this one, Deschutes Swivelhead Red India Style Red Ale. So there you go. I do want to read you just a little bit from their website here. Malts are pale, Cara red, black barley, which is interesting. Hops are Nugget, Delta, U.S. Tetnang, Crystal, Northern Brewer, Driscoll, and Summer. Okay, 6.5%, 70 IBUs. So there you go. Just wanted to give you the particulars. This is a deep red. I had an Imperial Red IPA the other day, and it said it was a deep red, but it was more of a light amber. But that's a deep red, man. Yeah, black barley helps get you there. Kind of a light tan head. I don't even write any of the music. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I'm just cranking some tunes while my wife's at the house. I don't want to get into all the particulars at this moment as we speak, but we're in a situation where we're having to get stuff packed up and get organized. But the truth is, we've needed to do it for a long time. We haven't been able to deal with any of Seamus stuff, and now I'm having to get in there and get things organized. But anyway, I found his Faster Pussycat CD. He loved Faster Pussycat. Saw him live a couple times. They're an underrated band. I think they got lumped in with the hair band kind of scene, even though they really weren't. Stuff is heavy, but it's a little melodic. They've kind of morphed over the years to more of a goth kind of band. But anyways, back to the beer. Focus on the beer, Tom. I go back and forth. You know me. The aromas are nice. It is very aromatic. You can get a lot of that malt that they talk about on the nose, but there's a lot of hops going on too. I'm also getting just the slightest hint of anise on the nose from the malt, but I'm getting some herbal notes from the hops as well as some big citrus. Oh gosh, you know what? I've always been a fan of the red IPA. The first, I made a mistake in a video the other day. I meant to say it was the first one I had. I was talking about the Grand Teton Pursuit of Hoppiness, a big imperial red, hoppy red. And in my mind, I said it was the first one that I had, and in video, I actually said the first. I didn't mean to imply that they were the first one to put out the Imperial Red. I don't know if they were or not, but it came out that way in the video, although I didn't mean it to. I meant to say the first one I had, but it's in my mind. I said it, but I didn't actually say it. So, anyways, that was the first one that I had, and I've always loved that beer. I wish I can get it in my neck of the woods, but I can't get Grand Teton products anymore. I used to be able to. The last time I had it actually was in 2013 when I picked it up in St. Louis. It's just a great beer. But anyway, this is just the 6.5. Anyways, had some technical difficulties. My camera stops. Got it back working. We'll finish her up. 6.570 are the numbers on this. It is a nice, very nice hoppy red. I don't like using the term red IPA because the P in the IPA stands for pale. It stood for pale malts used, but this uses big, it uses roasted bar. I mean, come on. Let's just call it a hoppy red, or the black eye. Traditionally, the black was called India Dark. Now, folks want to call it a black IPA. I'd really rather it be called the India Dark. Call it an India Red Ale, but don't call it a red IPA, man. I don't like that. Anyways, back to the beer. Uh, there's a lot of malts on the nose and on the palate. For me, to be honest with you, it's the roasted barley, the black barley that really makes it. Uh, it gives it that depth of flavor. Black barley, sorry, I said roasted barley. I meant to say black barley. It's the black barley that really makes it because it just adds that dimension, gives the flavor depth. And also, it helps on the aroma as well. Flavors you get that slight hint of anise that black barley can give you. The Cara Red and the pale malts it does use pale malt too. So I guess if you want to call it an IPA, but it does use some darker malts, so you should call it an IPRDA. Anyways, I digress. So you will get some herbal hops from this. You may get some pine notes. You should find some citrus in here as well. I'm getting some peppery notes in the finish as well. Anyways, it is a fine beer. I actually found this at a relatively new store in town called Ruby's. It is owned by a chain, but it's the first one of its kind here. Sort of somewhere between a Lucky's, a Whole Foods, that kind of concept, if you know what I mean. It's a very nice story. But anyway, this was only $7.99, which is why I picked it up. I picked it up with the Pacific Wonderland Lager, and I drank that for some reason. I forgot I even had this. So I looked at, oh my gosh, I better drink it. So there you go. So buy again. Yeah, it is a buy again, especially at $7.99. I'm guessing this is probably a beer that should probably be $9.99. And quite frankly, it's worth 99. I don't know if I'd pay 11 or 12.99, like some brands are going, but most Deschutes products I can typically find between 8.99 and 9.99. So even at 9.99, this beer is worth every penny, in my opinion. So if you can find it in your neck of the woods, pick it up. But I will say that I am a fan of the style. I've always liked the big hoppy red because I love, and I'm a fan of the hoppy black or the India dark as well because I just love the big malts with the big hops. For me, it works. For some find it astringent. I personally do not, especially in a good one. And in my opinion, this one is done right. So there you go. As I'm kicking back, I don't play the music when my wife's around. She's not a big music person anyway, but it, I don't, in our grieving process, her and I aren't always in the same spot. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that. It's just the way it is. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I've gotten to where right now, as we've been finding these CDs and stuff, I've been kind of reminiscing. When it plays, it's kind of bittersweet. I miss him. So I sometimes I chuckle and cry at the same time while listening. I'm listening to this Master Pussycat. I just remember certain songs he felt a certain way about, and I'm starting to tear up as I'm talking to you. So there you go. Hey, I am Time to Beer Whisperer. I hope you're having a fine Saturday. This Saturday here as I'm drinking this beer. BeerVangelist, prolific beer drinker. Mm, dang, that's nice. I do get some lingering citrus right there at the end. I was feeling, trying to figure out what all I was getting. I was feeling some orange, some grapefruit, and feeling a little bit of lemon zest more though than just lemon. BeerVangelist, prolific beer drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Lost track where I was there. Cheers, y'all.